All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Mondays Down South. After week 6 in the NFL, we are chugging along here, gentlemen, with another episode. I don't have too much more of an intro, so I'll just pass it along to you guys. If there are any interesting life updates or commentary you want to bring to the table before we jump into the prompts this week.
Go ahead. Yeah, shout out Blake Curry. It turns out my boy Zach McCulloch and Blake crossed paths today in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm going to give him a shout out and tell him to listen to this episode. Now I also want to give a quick shout out to another Philadelphia Eagles fan and Phil Samay and a Giants fan and Sean McCoy who watch football with me all Sunday. So hoping they'll be tuning in so they get that shout out. Zach, what you got?
Shout out Red Zone, $15.99 a month for 4 months. You can cancel whenever you want. I sat on the couch with Alexa and all I did was just watch football. I didn't move. It was one of those weekends where you just sit down, you watch football, and it's like the world just, goes by the wayside. Like I literally watched it from the afternoon until after the Sunday night football game. Unapologetically, it was fantastic. My Falcons got a big win on Monday night. Washington, to no surprise, came up short. But we'll let Evan talk about that. And we're shooting from the holster right from the jump, gentlemen.
Wow. Oh man, I like how Zach teed that up before we play our game. Also, I want to give Zach a shout out for working on sponsorship deals for us live time, giving us a price breakdowns for Red Zone. That was very strategic of you. I appreciate you, Zach. That's
Speaking of sponsorships, I've been recommended to just use Cook Unity as a sponsor, even though they have no interest in sponsoring us because we get so many referrals off of it. So, Cook Unity representatives, if you are watching this, then hit us up.
I just had your chicken magic pasta dish, Cook Unity. It was terrific for anyone that wants to check that one out. What is it? Code SEAMS for 10% off. I don't know if you're not actually going to get anything, but maybe if we see it enough, we will get that. Yep.
I love it.
Yeah. Use code SEAMS. They'll tack on another 15% to your order. Just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, we got to pay the bills. We got to keep the lights on. But
we're such millennials with our humor.
We'll jump into the prompt this week. Got a lot of love on last week's kind of game to start the show. So we're doing something similar this week, which is we're going to all draft rosters like we did last week. But we are going to have to pick players from a specific division and for that position. So the co-pilot is going to give us the position and the division, and we will pick our player accordingly. Sai, we're still doing historical, not just active, right?
I think historical, we're going to go from 2000s to present. So essentially players that we've actually watched in our lifetime, as much as I would like to pick Jerry Rice if I get, the 49ers division and whatever and the wide receiver position. But yeah, we're going to keep it moving just like last week. So Evan, thank you for setting this up. I think we're good to go.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't know who's up first, but let's see.
Evan Zach.
NFC West. It even gives you the teams. Okay.
NFC West running back. So I think my running back was from a different division last time. So, some fun options here. Todd Gurley, Christian McCaffrey, David Johnson, Sean Alexander.
Shout out.
Ooh. I'm gonna keep it fun and try to not be active, and I'm gonna go with Todd Gurley.
I like that, Evan. Todd Gurley peak season, that's pretty impressive.
On the fly.
Sorry, co-pilot's mad at me. It can be non-active players. All right, Sai, you're up.
Sweet. Well, I got the AFC East defense. Okay, so I got to pick a single player from the AFC East defense, and I'm not even going to think about this at all because I think this is the greatest defender I've personally seen in my life. At least he's up there. I'm going to go with Darrell Revis from the New York Jets. to shut down any of your wide receivers.
Love it.
Choice. Good choice. Let's see what Zach's got. AFC South wide receiver. Okay.
Okay, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Marvin Harrison here. Although I'm not too thrilled with his son, but I will give the senior the benefit of the doubt.
I was curious to see if you'd consider, DeAndre Hopkins or Andre Johnson as well. But I'm glad you picked Marvin Harrison because I think he's the best. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of work through the approach. I like what you guys are doing there, like kind of explaining. I could go this guy or this guy. I'll do that next
I
time.
like that. I like that.
All right, tight end NFC North.
We're snaking, Zach, so you're up again.
I didn't realize it was
tight end NFC North. Ooh. Let's see.
That's a tough one.
All right, so I'll kind of walk you through my approach. You got TJ Hawkinson, who's a good tight end. We got Jimmy Graham, with Green Bay, but that was post his prime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Greg Olsen for the Bears. Give me Greg Olsen for the Bears. Although he was probably arguably better in Carolina, but he's at least a Hall of Famer. So
he was still good on the Bears. I think it's important to note that
was he on the Bears?
I thought he was.
Oh yeah. Does it not realize he's in the NFC North? Bears are in the.
Well, they had a.
That's our troubleshooting. There we go.
You're absolutely right. They are in the NFC North.
Take that AI co-pilot. Take that co-pilot.
Apologies to Microsoft. This maybe isn't the best. The best.
I do want viewers to know that what the player we pick will be as their best version of themselves on that specific team. So right. I like that Zach mentioned that. It can't just be like, oh, I picked this guy who happened to be very good somewhere else. Okay, so I'm gonna have fun with this one. I know there's some obvious ones, right? Tyreek Hill is probably the best answer that jumps out to me off the jump when you talk about all time. But at the risk of not even winning, I'm going to do this because I want to give a guy a shout out that does not get enough love for how good he was for us growing up. I'm going to go with Brandon Marshall for the Denver Broncos when he was playing with Jay Cutler. He had consistently 1,500-yard seasons to 2,000-yard seasons like multiple years in a row. He never got the love, so I want to give him a shout out with this pick.
Love it.
With my team building, I'm not just going to go for best. I'm going to go for a little creativity too.
Sai got his win, so he's not going to. All right, NFC East defense. So the obvious initial one that comes to mind, would be Micah Parsons. But let's think about this a bit. I don't think the Commanders have anyone that I would
don't forget about Albert Hainsworth, baby.
Yeah, you can throw him on the board. The Eagles certainly have some good guys, but I kind of want Micah. Cowboys. Giants. I am just going to go with Micah.
It's a fair pick. I think the only other people I was thinking of that I would have had on that same tier was some of those Giants linemen back when they won the Super Bowl, but it's hard for me to pick which one out of them.
Yeah. Oh, AFC North quarterback.
Okay.
So certainly you got some good options here from the modern pool. Certainly Lamar, certainly Joe Burrow. Browns have had a very rough QB spell. Aaron Rodgers, though, when we're getting guys at their peaks.
Not bad.
Roethlisberger, obviously, but if I'm getting the guy at their peak and not their version of actually representing this team, you got to go with Aaron Rodgers here for me.
Never mind. I think I phrased that incorrectly. I was actually saying on that team, but that's okay. We'll go with that exercise.
Oh,
yeah, it has to be. Yeah. It has to be
how they played
team.
On that specific team. That way, okay.
I'm backing up. Okay, she's mad at me for picking Aaron Rodgers. So,
well, you can fix it now. Just pick Lamar Jackson. There you go.
Then Lamar Jackson.
I do like the stop points, Evan. I like that you're mixing it up. All right, I got a running back NFC South. Do I give Zach's boy a shout out? Ooh.
Yes, you do.
I don't know because I could have Christian McCaffrey in his prime with the Panthers. It's gonna be pretty hard not to pick that. Alvin Kamara is an option. Here's an interesting one. Rondé Barber back in the day. We were pretty young, but he was nasty. But I'm taking C-Mac because I think on the Panthers he was arguably the best dual threat running back of maybe all time. So, and I got to take him.
Fair choice.
Quarterback, NFC West, 49ers, Seattle, Rams, Cardinals. Off the cuff, give me Matt Hasselbeck. Took the Seahawks to a Super Bowl. That's the first one that came to my mind. That is the first thing I'm putting down on the page. Matt Hasselbeck.
I love
know about that one.
You could have had Matt Stafford. You could have had Kurt Warner. You could have had any of them.
Oh, yeah, Kurt probably would have been the better guy there, but he never won a Super Bowl. He never won a Super Bowl either, so.
I love that.
He didn't play
Either.
All right. AFC East running back for Zach.
AFC East running back. We got the Finns, the Bills, the Jets, the Patriots. Ooh, that's tough. That's a tough one. That's a really
It's actually
tough
probably
one.
one of my least favorite.
Give me Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams for the Miami Dolphins. Yeah.
Good answer. I might have gone LaDainian Tomlinson for the Jets. He had a couple good years there, even after the Chargers.
The problem is I just see him in the lightning bolt.
That's fair. Hey, I get it. You got to give love to the Chargers. AFC South tight end. Ooh. Well, I'm picking a Colt. I'll tell you that much. And I'm going to take Dallas Clark because this is a no-brainer for me. So give me Dallas Clark. I don't even know that there's another tight end like nearly as good outside of Tyler Warren that's ever played in the AFC South.
Say outside of Tyler Warren.
Yeah. I'm big.
AFC South wide receivers. So Zach has chosen what would be my first choice, but otherwise, this is tough. Oh, Andre Johnson.
Yes, sir. I like Andre Johnson over DeAndre Hopkins. That's a debate right there.
True.
NFC North. Ooh, Evan.
NFC North wide receiver. Calvin Johnson for sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
Was glad you didn't say Amon St. Brown.
I learned from your lesson.
Hey, I think I took Randy Moss last week with the Vikings too. So we got some studs out there. And you got Justin Jefferson. The NFC North has a litany of wide receivers. Okay, here we go. Now it is. Oh man, I took him last week though. I kind of feel like, but he's so much better than every other option that I have available to me in this division. That's the problem. So as much as I love Stafford, as much as it was fun to watch some of those Vikings guys growing up, I don't think the Bears have had a good quarterback. I'm not taking Rex Grossman, and I don't think I'm taking now or Mitch Trubisky or whatever else. I got to take Aaron Rodgers. I took him back-to-back weeks, but in his prime with the Packers, I mean, we're talking one of the GOATs.
Love it.
Ooh.
All right, defense, NFC East. Evan took Micah Parsons, so I've got to think of somebody else. And that person will be, let's see, I'm just thinking of like all the different guys. Give me Antonio Pierce, middle linebacker for the New York Giants. Was always a stud right there in the middle, just plugging the A gap, and he was fast. He was a leader amongst men. Give me that just right off the cuff. Give me Antonio Pierce. Yeah,
solid
Zach,
player.
before you go, I want to give a quick shout out to Sean Taylor. I was wondering if Evan would take him, but I feel like, longer career, that's definitively, I would bet would have been Evan's career, but RIP to a legend, bro. That's when I think of NFC East, I give him a shout out. Yeah.
I should have taken Sean.
Absolutely.
Should have taken my guy there. That was a mistake.
What do we got here? Wide receiver, NFC South. Ooh, I'm going to go Mike Evans. Mike Evans right off the jump. Mike Evans has had a 1,000-yard season ever since he joined the league. He's a veteran, and he probably won't get it this year because he's been injured, but he's just been an incredible, consistent staple across many different quarterbacks.
You're wearing a Falcons hat and you're going to take Mike Evans over Julio Jones? What is this disrespect?
Hey, Mike was more consistent than Julio. Julio was just more talented.
What? I mean, he's played longer, but Julio's peak is like 10. This is why I like these debates. I'm glad we're doing this. Julio Jones, that's your GOAT, bro. Julio's one of the best wide receivers I've ever seen, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. Julio, I'm just kind of having fun with this one.
All
Julio's
right,
definitely
fair.
better than Mike
Okay,
Evans,
good. Okay,
but
as long as we're on
I'm
the same.
like, oh man, if I did Julio right at the jump, like it would just be, oh yeah, everyone would
Okay,
have
that's
a great.
that's
I'm trying to
totally
get
fair.
content. I'm trying to get clicks
No,
here,
no, no,
Si.
that's totally fair. If it, no, no, I'm totally good with that. I thought you were like, I was like, there's no way you're arguing against Julio, but no, I respect that. That's I like the
I'm
style.
just I'm just glad I didn't say Michael Thomas or something stupid.
Shameless
Okay,
clickbait.
if we're going, if we're
Yeah.
going, we're going style points here, right? So I mean, I could go with your CDs of the world or some of these Cowboys guys that we've seen. I could go with AJ Brown or some of the Eagles guys that we grew up with. Terrell Owens would be a great option. I could go with one of the Commanders boys, which honestly they're not quite on the same level. But you know what I'm going to go with? We're talking about style. I'm going to do a little salsa and take my boy Victor Cruz for the New York Giants.
Love
Super
that.
Bowl,
Love that.
baby. Give me a little salsa. I
That's a
got the
great
most
pick.
underrated wide receiver room in football right now.
AFC East tight end. I'm sticking with the meat and potatoes. You guys can have your style points. I'm picking the best players on the board, and I'm taking Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah.
That's an unbelievable roster. Evan wins unanimously at Si. I mean, do you see anything different?
No, I mean, and I'm happy for him. I got my dub last week, so I'm having fun this week, bro. I'll salsa all day long with my team. I don't care. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take my roster a little bit more seriously next week with Matt Hasselback this week at the helm.
Zach, the moment you pick Matt Hasselback, your team is done, bro. But I will
Yeah.
appreciate the fans commenting on the episode. So thank you for doing
Well,
that.
Yeah.
well, Copilot gave us some verdicts. Peak value
Oh,
team, I've got that one. But balanced legacy team, Cy. Balanced legacy team is your theme, and then Zach, the classic consistency team. There you go.
that's
So
that's like equivalent of saying I'm the most improved player. That's a creative way, a nice way of saying I'm the worst team.
Here's what's
I don't
interesting
disagree
too.
with you there.
Here's what's interesting too. Although I mean, I guess my quarterback's the only one who's actually won a Super Bowl. We all have quarterbacks who are not super well known for their performances in the playoffs. So that could create a fun dynamic. The one thing I will say is the advantage of having Darrelle Revis, as incredible as Micah Parsons and Antonio Pierce is, to shut down a number one wide receiver is so understated because you got to remember the Jets were winning games with Mark Sanchez when they had Darrelle Revis and Revis Island. So I just want to give him a shout out. That's probably my favorite pick of the draft.
He was unbelievable. I think Tom Brady said that's the best defensive player he's ever played against. So
That wouldn't
there
surprise
you
me.
go. Should we
I would
jump
say,
to
admittingly, my two favorite picks were the Revis pick and the Todd Gurley pick. Great pick.
That was a good pick, Evan. I
both you
like
guys.
that one.
Yeah,
the
that was a
irony
great
is
pick.
Christian McCaffrey still got picked in the draft, so came up
Yeah,
with.
if you had taken C-Mac, I would have had my I would have may had to go Kamara or something else. You would have me go in a different direction.
That's true. That would have changed about. Anyways, another good segment.